Good morning, students. Welcome to Success Tree classes. We will do India Yearbook 2017. It's a very beautiful government document that is important for both PT and mains. Now, the importance is much as there are many questions that are being asked in the PT exam as from current affair. So it will provide you authentic source for the government schemes. It is also important for analysis of the certain portion of mains as well. So the focus should be based on more of the new schemes, as the yearbook, if you see, compared from the last years, it has transformed itself a lot. It is more focused on the new government programs and initiatives. So we hope in the next, say, 10 to 12 classes, we'll try to complete this India yearbook. So I hope you will enjoy. If you like the videos, you hit like, subscribe to our channel as well, and you can comment as well if you wish, if you have any doubt. Thank you. So here we go. Rural and urban development. So we have around 5-6 chapters are remaining. So we'll directly come to the initiatives by the government. MGNREG. Last year it was when MGNREG got started in 2000. So it completed its 100 years. Now this year maybe as last year it was more probable question. But anyways, MGNREG always important. So you know the provisions regarding it. So Ritvik, what are the provisions regarding Manrega?
Sir, it is only for rural areas for unskilled workers and 100 days of guaranteed employment to at least one person in the household. To all eligible.
Everybody, to anybody who is willing to work.
For adults,
For adults, right?
Then there will be crash facility for
Crash facility, yes, good.
drinking water facility, first aid facility.
Right.
Then social audit.
Social audit is there.
Yes.
Good.
And right-based.
Benefit of right-based approach. Benefit of this scheme.
Benefit of this scheme: rural incomes are rising, so rural-urban migration is reducing.
Right.
So तो rural consumption की वजह से growth भी बढ़ रही है.
Exactly, good. Assets are also being created.
Productive assets are also being created, and environmental conservation through watershed management.
Exactly. So because now this Manrega is being conversed with many various other schemes as well, and it is used for in the various creation of assets, that is for the watershed management, for rainwater harvesting as well, compost pits, farm ponds. So these are being created by the same generation. Exactly.
And 150 days for drought.
Yes. In survey it was given that 150 days of employment in the drought hit areas. Next is NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission. So what happens there in National Rural Livelihood Mission? So there was one employment program for the urban. What was that? Right. Antyodaya Yojana, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, that was urban component, and ULM. Right. So here it is the rural component, that is. And so that's the same way in for the urban poor and the homeless. What was the major components in Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana?
Self-help group and federation of self-help group.
Right. Means one of the thing is livelihood somehow to be provided and shelter both. How the livelihood was to be provided? By social transformation, social mobilization by way of SHG and federation of SHGs. Right. Skill training, right, self-employment. So all these were the initiatives. So here again it is the for the rural poor households, so they will be mobilized through into the SHGs, self-help groups. So here also the same thing, and aims at supporting all women SHG poor. About Manrega, it has been observed that employment of women is more in Manrega than the man employment. So it is around 55%.
Because of feminization of marriage. So male have already migrated.
So it has helped in improving the labor force participation rate of women in the rural areas. And it is also one of the reasons why labor force participation rate is more in the rural than urban. Then there are certain features of NRLM that at least mobilization of at least one woman member from each rural poor household in the country into the SSG network. Special focus on the women from SC, ST, and PVTGs. PVTGs are particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Then SSG, their federation at the village and at the cluster level, cluster of villages level. Revolving fund would be there. Vulnerability reduction fund would be there. Then credit, they would be given subvention, interest subvention. So effective rate of interest would come to be 4%. Then it said major allocation, 1/4 allocation is earmarked for skill development and placement support. So basically skill would be developed and would help in the employment. So all these are components of NRLM. Earlier it was Ajivika, NRLM, and now the rural component of Antyodaya. Next is RCT, Rural Self-Employment Training Institute. Just remember this name only and see for the PT perspective that it is a bank-led initiative with active support of state government. So these are rural self-employment training in each district. One such institute will be established in each district of the country. So government of India would do what? They will provide the infrastructure support. Then the state government would provide land free of cost or at nominal charges. And the banks are responsible for day-to-day functioning of RCT. So this is important provision for the PT perspective. So what the government of India does? One-time infrastructure support it provides of rupees 1 crore beside reimbursing the cost of training for rural poor candidates. State does what? Free land or at the nominal charges.
So there was some national recommendation for Narela also.
What?
National recommendations for Narela.
Yes, Mirsha 2 and Manrega 2.0. So basically talk more about the creation of more durable assets. Shifting from, because presently how the scheme was implemented in the earlier government time, yeah, nobody was looking over the kind of assets that were being created. So Mirsha said no, focus should be on the creation of durable assets. Those should be important.
Geotagging was also.
Now it is being done. Now Manrega assets are being geotagged.
watershed management program को
तो वो भी हमने किया बजट के अंदर देखा इवन दे आर बीइंग implemented by involving Manrega into watershed. The next is Mahila Kisan Sashaktikरण Pariyojana, MKSP. So rural, that is woman farmer, empowerment of woman farmer. So it is also a component, subcomponent of NRLM. And the women farmers, they would be empowered and they would help in achieving their socio-economic and technical empowerment, predominantly small and marginal. So women farmers would be empowered and mainly small and marginal women farmers. Then it also says Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program that was under NRLM. Come to next, and there is Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. So you know about it, about Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Tell what the important information in the budget was there. Do you remember that at what rate our roads are being created? हाँ नहीं 100 से ऊपर क्रॉस कर गया था ये 130 के अराउंड आई थिंक. Let's see.
सर्च कर लीजिए रूट ऑलरेडी
133 kilometers. 133 kilometers per day in 1617. So it's important data that helps you to show the import or the way we have progressed on the rural road development. In 11 to 14, the average was 73 kilometers per day. Now we have 133. If you don't have exact figure, then still you can remember around 120, 130, more than this. Even that will do the work. Then under this one of the component where you have special provision for road construction in the left wing extremism affected districts, right? Special focus on that. Then there was special what do you remember any of the provisions for the left wing extremism affected areas? There was special assistance program, additional special assistance for those districts, and there was one civic action program.
this is the last one
What is that civic action program, Vibhu? बताइए.
to improve the perception of the armed forces in northeast regions.
Not northeast,
in
Naxal
left-wing
affected.
extremism regions.
Yeah, Naxal affected regions, right?
Left-wing
So what they do actually, tell Vibhu, क्या करते हैं
extremism.
बताइए.
वो मेडिकल ब्लैंकेट्स बांटते हैं इस टाइप के काम करते हैं मेडिकल हॉस्पिटल्स वगैरह सेटअप करते हैं.
It means whatever the daily necessities or people require in those areas, so the forces they are doing so for the people to improve image of those armed forces in the eyes of the people. Yeah, yeah, sports events, skill development, right? Distributing blankets, medicines, first aid, ये सारे काम करते हैं वो इसमें. Then Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So for rural, earlier it was Indira Awas Yojana, and for urban it was Rajiv Awas Yojana. Now for instead of Indira Awas Yojana, now we have Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, that is Gramin component. So what is the target? We see the features. It has been increased. It says 1 crore. What are you saying?
3 crore by 2022.
Okay, now here they're giving the target 1 crore household in rural areas over a period of 3 years, 16 to 19, right? And then you are saying 3 crore by 2020, 2022 by 2022. So is it housing for all is the complete including both urban and rural, or you're saying only for rural?
I'm confused.
Huh?
I'm confused.
So normally whatever data is, if there is some recent changes, because India book is 1 year old. So if whenever like say he's saying 3 years.
Certain times it changes. Yes.
Yeah. So whenever there are changes, UPSC normally don't ask that point.
Don't ask that.
No, because it's the official government document. No? It is official government document.
Let's see.
बजट में तो डिवाइड हुआ है.
They haven't mentioned there. Okay, anyways, come back to the rural development again. So for rural areas, it is 1 crore houses by 2019. Then assistance, how much assistance would be provided? 70,000 in plain areas. Now enhanced, that has been enhanced to 75,000. Sorry, 70,000 to 1.2 lakh in plain, and 70,000 to 1.3 lakh in hilly states, difficult areas and IAP districts. Integrated
Action program.
What is that?
That was in last 2015 year.
Okay, so how much is the assistance under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana? 1,20,000 in plain areas and 1,30,000 in hilly, difficult and IAP districts. Identification how? By SCCC. Socioeconomic caste census. Then the beneficiary would also receive 12,000 rupees in assistance for construction toilet under the Swachh Bharat mission. So means once you construct the house, it should have the toilets as well. So what the government want to say that it is integrating various schemes, converging various schemes. So once you are constructing houses, there should be component of say Swachh Bharat mission. Then NSAP, National Social Assistance Program, then various NSAP. You should remember this. It's important for the social issues part. Even if you don't remember exactly how much is the amount or how much is the age, still, what do you remember? The name of the schemes for the mains perspective, right? What are those schemes under NSAP?
IDNOMPS.
Indira Gandhi National Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme,
Widow pension scheme, Annapurna, and
National Family Benefit Scheme, right? So these are 5 schemes under National Social Assistance Program. Remember it. It's important. Very old age scheme, very old period scheme. These are, but still relevant for your mains point of view. In PT, less chances to be asked as they will, I believe, focus more on the new schemes. Right. What is in Annapurna?
Annapurna is an extension of National Food Security Act for old people.
So means people, the beneficiaries who have not been able to get the benefit under old age pension scheme, right? They to receive how much? I think 15 kg. Huh?
10 kg.
10 kg food grains. 10 kg food grains, right?
Yes.
It's written mentioned there. It's mentioned there.
10 kg per month is provided.
Right? 10 kg per month, right? Now come to Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana. So this is skill development and placement linked program it is. So from the name itself, you see wage placement linked skill program. So skill development would be done along with the placement also. So this is one of the difference between Pradhan Mantri. One is Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and this is for rural skill development program named by Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana. So it says placement linked skill development program. So it will help in alleviating generational poverty across different generations and expected to benefit around 55 million poor rural youth. So what they will do? Skill training for they will bring the various tablets for trainees, Aadhaar linked biometric information, attendance, geotag, time stamped record of training center classes. This is how they're using technology to ensure compliance by both the training centers as well as the. So earlier it was Ajivika skills. Now that is being restructured as Gramin Kaushal Yojana. Another important point about for the PT perspective in both domestic and global jobs. So don't think like they are people living the rural areas. The objective is to align them only for the domestic jobs, but also to align the skills with respect to international jobs, global jobs. Then independent assessment and globally accepted certificates of its beneficiaries. Because once they get the globally accepted certificates, then only they would be able to get the recognition in the international market. 3-tier implementation, and there was one of the program of the government as well where they provide the certificates, and it was I don't remember the exact name. UK based skill certification that was recognized by UK, and mainly because even in these say Dubai or in say Gulf countries, UK based skill framework is recognized there, and that we are following the same here now. Started following the same here in India. नहीं कुछ और नाम था उसका. So one of the but that is a broader framework. Now, so what it mean to say, the government is trying to capitalize on demographic potential by making them skilled not only to fulfill the job requirements of our country, but also to meet up the job requirements of the overall the globe as well. Because we are the young nation, the world is getting older. Now they need the workforce, skilled workforce. So we are here to provide them. So the three-tier implementation in PPP mode. For PT perspective, you can remember it. Then what the national unit would do for policy, central investment, technical support. State skill mission do what? State investments, implementation, monitoring controls, and PIA, that is project implementing agency. So just remember, three-tier implementation and PPP mode is the way they will do it. Yeah. Yes. Then age group 15 to 35. This is the age group that is focused here, 15 to 35, and these are the categories of people who would get the benefit. See again, MGNRG worker household in which household member have together completed 15 days of work. So MGNRG households, Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana household, Antyodaya Anna Yojana card household, BPL PDS card households, NRLM SSG households, household covered under auto inclusion parameter of SECC 2011 as well. So these all categories of people, they would get the benefit. So MGNRG, RSBY, Antyodaya Anna Yojana, BPL, NRLM SSG, and who are automatically included under socio-economic caste census. That says for social inclusion, mandatory coverage of socially disadvantaged group, that is this percentage is given there. Regarding regional inclusion, there are certain schemes. Himayat, Roshni. Himayat is for what? Jammu and Kashmir. Roshni for left-wing extremism districts. What did it say? Nine
states.
9 states. Right. And Himayat is for youth of Jammu and Kashmir. There is another scheme for the skill development of youth of Jammu and Kashmir, that is Udan.
Udan for women.
There are 3 Udan. Udan is Ude Desh Ke Aam Nagarik, now recently flagged off by our Prime Minister from Shimla. Shimla to Delhi is the first flight, right?
Yes. Non-Udan tickets are 90,000.
Okay. Then another Udan that we read in the Education India book for girls to make them prepare for the entrance examination, engineering entrance examination. And third Udan, that is for the Jammu and Kashmir youth, that is skill development of Jammu and Kashmir youth. So we have 2 schemes for Jammu and Kashmir youth, Himayat and Udan. Then Roshni for left-wing extremism affected areas. Then there is Nai Roshni, Nai Manzil. Nai Roshni भी एक अलग से स्कीम है ना? ध्यान है आपको? Minorities के लिए. Minorities के लिए.
Everlasting flame है, that is for Part-3.
Everlasting flame.
Everlasting flame. Nai Roshni was also announced in 15 budget. Both ही minorities के लिए.
And Nai Manzil.
Also for minorities.
That is, so one was for leadership of the women. One specifically for women, if we remember, we read in the economic survey. So,
Nai Roshni was for madrasa upgradation. Madrasa upgradation, madrasa course upgradation.
ठीक है, चेक कर लेना उसको. So, whenever we discuss these kind of schemes, one thing is regional inclusion is happening. The regions which had been left behind, now we are trying to bring them on par. Secondly, if you see, both Jammu and Kashmir and left-wing extremism affected district, Naxal affected district are disturbed areas somehow, right? So people from these states only, they are somehow creating certain annoyance, disturbance. So if the government makes them skilled, and help them get the meaningful jobs, meaningful livelihood. So it will help in the national integration as well, so that they don't just deter from the development agenda, they don't go to those anti-national activities or those anti-state activities. Then there is post-placement support as well. It is not limited just to linkage of placement only. After placement, support would also be there. Support for job retention, career progression, and foreign placement. It also promotes Make in India. How? Through proactive partnership with industry, through multi-pronged engagement, champion employer policy, captive employer policy, and industrial and internship policy. Transparency and accountability. How? Geo-tagged, time-stamped biometric attendance. Online check of inventory, CCTV and audio recording of all classroom and lab sessions. So there are certain provisions for transparency and accountability as well. So all these are components under Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana. So let's see the components once again. Important scheme it is. So it is wage placement linked skill program. Placement link, yeah. So thing is what basically placement would be done now depending upon, now that will vary accordingly, right? So just remember it is placement linked skill development program. Then for both domestic and global jobs, independent assessment and globally accepted certification, 3-tier implementation PPP mode, rural youth from poor families, age group 15 to 35. These are the categories of people: MGNREG, RSBY, Antyodaya Ann Yojana, BPL, PDS, NRLM, and socioeconomic caste census inclusive groups. Regional inclusion, how? By through Himayat and Roshni. Post placement support and support for job retention, all these, and support to the Make in India. There would be also components regarding transparency and accountability also. Then come to Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. We have done this scheme in planning chapter as well. Now here it will be somewhat certain other more points. The basic theme is same. So what the MPs would do? क्या करने वाले MP in this scheme? Try to recall. They will adopt one village. What is the? Is there any condition in adoption of the village?
For Lok Sabha MPs, they have to adopt, except their own and their wife's village, they can adopt any village.
Right.
In their constituency.
In their constituency.
Rajya Sabha in their state and nominated in Rajya Sabha.
Right. Right. So this is the condition only, except their own village and their spouse. Now, it is not infrastructure centric scheme. Now, this can be a statement under Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana. If statement comes, Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana is not an infrastructure centric scheme, or if the statement is Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana is infrastructure centric scheme. Is it correct statement or incorrect? It's incorrect. It is not infrastructure centered scheme. It's a very holistic program. There are many components apart from the infrastructure as well. So you should remember this. It says far beyond mere infrastructure development, Adarsh Gram Yojana aims at instilling certain values in the villages and their people so that they get transformed into models for others. So it is not infrastructure centric. What the values are: adopting people's participation as an end in itself. So condition: 3 Adarsh Gram chosen by MPs by March 2019, of which 1 would be achieved by 2016. Then 5 such Adarsh Gram, 1 per year, would be selected and developed by 2024. So 2019 के बाद जो है हर साल पांच ऐसे गांव हर साल एक साल अगले 5 सालों तक, आफ्टर 2019 2024 तक. So in how many total villages would be? 3 by 2019 and 5 after 2019 to 2024. So 8 such villages. Focus on community participation, that is Jan Bhagidari. Jan Bhagidar. It again says not an infrastructure centered scheme, that is holistic development of village would be there. Unleashing people's power, converging and implementing existing programs, and adopting bottoms up approach in planning and execution. MPs will guide and lead the initiative, leverage the leadership, capacity, commitment, energy of the individual MPs, develop model Gram Panchayat. And we have read in the previous one of the chapter that how the funds would come.
Existing funds.
Existing. There are already so many existing schemes. Under those funds would be utilized. Then watershed program, IWMP. What are the components under IWMP?
DDP, DEPAP, and integrated wastewater management program. The recent development.
IWDP, DDP,
and
DPAP. So these are 3 components under integrated watershed management program. So see, remember IWMP, then IWDP is one of the component. Here it is not watershed, it is wasteland. So wasteland development program, desert development program, drought prone area development program.
Wasteland, desert, and
Wasteland development program, desert development program, and drought prone area development program. Then we have National Land Reform Modernization Program. Now we have as renamed as Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. So it has been renamed as DILRMP. DILRMP. Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. Just remember this thing only. Minister of Panchayati Raj, in detail, I have skipped those portions from India book. That is part of your polity portion. District Planning Committee, it is important. It has come before as well in PT exam. Which article? 243 ZD. What is District Planning Committee role of it, function?
Sir, it will basically make the detailed plans integrating that all the 3 levels of institutions in the village, in the villages and municipalities.
वो integrate करता हुआ आएगा और
District plans.
So basically having a holistic plan of the district, right? So what it does further, how इसके बाद क्या होता है? Any other points regarding it?
It will submit the plan to the higher state
State authorities basically, right? Then we have PISA. What is PISA?
Panchayat extension to schedule areas.
Right, Panchayat extension to schedule areas. How many states?
Schedule areas, 7 states. 7 states.
Are you sure?
Schedules are for 10. Schedule
10.
has in 10 states if we include Telangana.
Yeah, 10 states. ठीक है. After earlier it was 9, then after Telangana 10 states. Like if somebody asks you, does Schedule 5 and Schedule 6, do they cover all the regions inhabited by the tribes? No. Schemes under Ministry of Panchayati Raj. We have Rajiv Gandhi Panchayat Shashaktikran Abhiyan. So Shashaktikran means empowerment. So Panchayat empowerment mission it is. What the objective? To address the major constraints of inadequate devolution power, because one of the basic issues for PRIs remains what? 3 F's. Devolution. 3 F's basically. Funds, functions, and functionaries. So these are given there. Inadequate devolution of powers, lack of manpower, inadequate infrastructure, and limited capacity in the effective function of panchayat for providing manpower. So all these issues regarding those the constraints should be addressed under the scheme. So in the various categories of support will be provided in the training infrastructure, HR, e-governance. Then it says the fund received under central component were primarily meant for supporting states to meet the capacity building obligation under Foreign Finance Commission award. Come to Gram Swaraj Abhiyan. Swaraj to Suraj. Right. Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan. So again, to help Panchayat Raj institution to develop governance capabilities to achieve SDGs. So this is important for the PT. You remember it. So helping the PRIs to develop governance capabilities to deliver on the SDGs. Ki directly doesn't come to mind ki Gram Swaraj Abhiyan, how one of the basic objective is to achieve the SDG, and by improving the capabilities, governance capabilities of PRIs. Now this year in the budget they have announced a certain scheme for PRI capacity building, if you remember that. ऐसा कुछ अनाउंस किया है इस बजट में? किया तो है ऐसा. अब try to recall, देखते हैं. Human resource reform for results. Human resource reform for results. So I brought this point here. So we have this program, that is Human Resource Reform for Results. So it will be launched by the government in this year. So basic objective what? For human resource development in Panchayati Raj institutions. So remember this. Then we have Gramodaya se Bharat Udaya. What is this? You might have read this program before. Gramodaya se Bharat Udaya. Gramodaya se Bharat Udaya. It will focus on social empowerment, economic empowerment, enable Gram Sabhas through convergence of resources at Panchayat level. So basically, PRIs would be empowered by the various institutional support. Then DP Gram Panchayat development plans. So this section is important because local governance is a major portion in your mains exam. So remember the various plans under this. You should have exactly, one is Panchayat Sashaktikran Abhiyan, one is DILRMP, DILRAMP, then Adarsh Gram Yojana, Gramodaya se Bharat Udaya, Human Resource Reform for PRIs.
In budget.
Then there is strengthening capacities of Panchayati Raj institutions, SCPRI, by UNDP. So collaborating with National Institute of Rural Development Panchayati Raj as mentor institution for capacity building, reading materials for Gram Panchayat. So they have been developed under this scheme, SCPRI. So NIRD and PR, that is National Institute of Rural Development Panchayati Raj. So this is the institution as a mentor institution for capacity building, reading materials for Gram Panchayats. So this is developed under which scheme? SCPRI, strengthening capacities of Panchayati Raj institution. So if you see, there are having many initiatives now for the capacity building of Panchayati Raj institution. One is SCPRI, right? Human resource reform. ग्रामोदय से भारतोदय भी आपको उसी के बारे में right, सशक्तिकरण अभियान. Then there are e-Panchayat initiatives, many e-Panchayat initiatives as well under Digital India program. Under 14 Finance Commission grant, were many, the huge amount of grants was given to the local bodies. If you remember, what is the exact amount?
5%.
This much is the grants to the tune of 2 lakh crore.
42% was for the state and 5% was for
Remember it directly exact figure because it was given exactly around 2 lakh crore. So 2 lakh crore rupees. This was the grant recommended by the 14th Finance Commission. And what is the role of State Finance Commission and State Election Commission?
same as the State Finance Commission and Central Election Commission, but on the different level, on the third level.
So yeah, for the PRIs, we have this State Finance Commission and State Election Commission. Which body conduct election for the state assemblies, Priya?
No sir, Central.
ये तो ध्यान में रखना है. काफी elections हो रहे हैं different states. It will be very easy
I have
question.
one query regarding this. The election of Raj Sabha is conducted by which body?
ECI. हर कोई ECI करवा रहा है.
But sir, पंचायत से ऊपर somewhere I maybe I'm wrong.
क्या पढ़ा आपने?
State Election Commission was.
नहीं मुझे लगता नहीं. State Election Commission main role is for the local bodies.
तो municipalities के election वगैरह
वो तो सारा state. Local bodies it includes both PRIs and municipalities. Then yeah, regarding this panchayats and local governance, in the last year in their book some more detail was given. Okay, so that gives a more better understanding about the tribal areas or some other areas. Or I believe that will be covered in other different chapter. We have gone through the whole yearbook. Schedule areas, tribal areas. No, where is it given in this year in the yearbook?
I don't know. I've read the whole.
I'm asking. I don't remember whether
any more information on this topic has been given in OBA.
In this yearbook is it given? You have read this book. पुरानी में तो दिया है because I have read it before. Then you can go through because schedule areas, tribal areas, very important topics. These are for both PT and mains. For PT more, so you should.
areas पे दिया हुआ है पर devolution पे नहीं दिया हुआ.
So if it is not given in this book, then you can refer to the previous yearbook as well. Then we have Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. We have NRDP, NRDWP program. Basic understanding of those what you read in your polity and sometimes missed out there. So more detail was given. National Rural Drinking Water Program. It's a central sponsored scheme, part of Bharat Nirman it was. Then Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So the objective was to be achieved by 2019. What is 2019? 150th birth anniversary of Gandhiji. What is the objective? To sanitation facilities that includes toilets, solid and liquid waste disposal system, village cleanliness and safe and adequate drinking water supply. So all these components are there, part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. toilets, solid and liquid waste disposal system, village cleanliness, and safe and adequate drinking water supply. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan urban component is implemented by which ministry? Water will be. My question again, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan urban component is being implemented by which ministry, Kavi? Yes, Vibhu? Swachh Bharat Abhiyan urban is being implemented by which ministry? Remember, Priya? Yes, two ministries. One is no. Urban component we are talking about. Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation and इसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. Ministry of Urban Development and yeah, Ministry of Ministry of Urban Development and Ministry of Sanitation, drinking water and sanitation. क्या कुछ वेरीफाई कर लेते हैं फिर से. It should be in housing or where? Urban. Do we have housing, health, food, rural and urban development? Doing this. कहाँ पढ़ा हमने बताइए. Here it is. Joint mission of Ministry of Urban Development and Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. ठीक है. It's in planning. In planning they have schemes from the different sectors. Right, so here it says what? What do you find the difference? If it is particularly asked, mentioned, Swachh Bharat Mission, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, urban, then that is the exact answer. If it says rural, here it doesn't say about Ministry of Rural Development. Only one ministry is mentioned. Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation. Now what the aim is, objective is to triple the growth percentage of toilets from present 3% to 10% by 2019. 3% जो growth है increase in the toilet construction to 10% by 2019. Open defecation free India, open defecation free rural India by 2019. And priority in the schools also separate toilet for boys and girls. This is also one of the component of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan Gramin. So what is the 2019 is the year, right? Triple the growth percentage of toilets from 3 to 10% by 2019. Open defecation free, separate toilets for boys and girls in the schools as well. Plus various ways by which it would be done. Small loans through agencies like NABARD should be just-in-time concept to be adopted by Centre to avoid extra cost of funds to Government of India, so that it should be constructed within time itself. Now come to urban development. Keep on flipping your pages there. In urban development, we have various programs. Hriday is one. Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana.
इस बार बजट में काफी ढंग से कवर हो गया है. कई सारे वो नए सर्किट्स निकाल दिए.
क्या क्या किए बताइए. Hriday is what? Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana. So the heritage cities, so they would be preserved and revitalized. It says revitalizing the soul and unique character of heritage cities. Central sector scheme it is. What is central sector scheme, Ritvik? बताइए अपने साथी लोगों को.
Central sector scheme is where funding and implementation is both by center, and centrally sponsored scheme is where funding is by center and implementation is by states.
Right. So here it is Hriday. Central sector scheme, 12 identified cities. These are the cities. Varanasi is both come under smart city as well. Amrut. Amrut is what? Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. It is also city redevelopment program. So once we had earlier JNU RM, now we don't have JNU RM. Now instead of JNU RM we have Amrut. So how many cities? 500 cities. In smart city we have 100 cities would be developed. It's a centrally sponsored scheme. So here there is central sector scheme. Amrut is central sponsored scheme. Certain conditions: population 1 lakh, over 1 lakh, with notified municipalities including cantonment board, and certain other cities like capital town, some cities and stem of main river, tourist and hill destination. So these are other categories of Amrut. So it says cooperative federalism would be strengthened by this, as states would be made equal partners. Funds would be given 25 lakh funds in advance for the eligibility. That's all about it. Then we have urban infrastructure development in satellite towns around 7 megacities. So this is to develop the satellite towns. So we have, for example, one of the mega city, one of the metro city. Then there are satellite towns around the metropolitan city. So that those cities would be developed by this scheme. Urban infrastructure development in satellite towns around 7 mega cities. Just remember the name. What kind of urban infrastructure, like drinking water, sewerage, everything, whatever comes to your mind for urban infrastructure. E-governance, property taxation, we know about it. Come to smart city mission. How many cities to be developed? 100. It is sustainable and inclusive development. Why? Even if you see the smart city mission, the whole city won't be turned into smart. It is only one of the area. If there are certain conditions, I don't remember exactly how much square feet or how much is the area, actual area, but it's a very small area. I think 500 hectare area or whatever the exact figure is. So that is a very small area, even if you see. Then how do we say the whole city will be turned smart? Actually, we are trying to bring a certain model that could be replicated, right? Because till now we have not come to this level that the whole city could be made smart in a mission kind of project. For example, in Delhi, NDMC has been chosen, right? New Delhi region has been chosen to be converted into smart city, not other parts. So first NDMC would be turned smart, and how those are being brought. It's a competition based model. How competition? Different, say, states, different cities, basically they come with the plans, with the project. Yes. So those municipality will propose the project. This is our project. This is how we're trying to build our city smart. Right? Exactly. The most, you can say, viable model. So those models are selected. That model also include from where do you get the resources, isn't it? So resources are also to be mobilized by the municipalities. That should be very part and parcel of the project itself. Otherwise, every city could be turned smart if you give them the unlimited amount of the funds and resources. So all these become part of that project, and competition happens, and the best projects are shortlisted. So it's a kind of replicable model is being created by way of this. What is smart city? We have done in India book also sometime before as well. Smart city.
It searches for smart solution for the problems of public service delivery for better, for making the life better of its citizens with the help of ICT.
एग्जैक्टली ये एक सिंपल सी चीज याद रखनी है, ठीक है. स्मार्ट सॉल्यूशंस मींस बाय वे ऑफ यूजिंग आईसीटी, smart solution of the people and the city,
accessibility,
right, by providing the core infrastructure. अभी term क्या use करें, core infrastructure, or you can also use the term public service delivery. एक ही बात है दोनों के अंदर. And overall what they want to do, enhance the quality of life of the people. Then you can discuss various things about the smart city. It should be inclusive, sustainable, transport करना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, all those points. So smart city mission is CSS, central sponsored scheme. They say in the objective, you read the objective: to promote cities that provide core infrastructure and give a decent quality of life to its citizens, a clean and sustainable environment, and application of smart solutions. So this is the basic objective, so remember it. These are part of the core infrastructure, whatever comes to your mind in providing those public service delivery: water supply, electricity, solid waste management, urban mobility, transport, health and education, sustainable environment. Come to urban transport. One of the issue regarding transportation in various metro cities, that a lot of congestion, a significant amount of time is being wasted into traffic jams. Basically, if you people, when they die, they count their how much time of their life they have been stuck into jams. It would be a huge amount of their life, significant portion. So we need to make a smart transport system in our cities. Right. So this is also part of our smart city program, basically. So how to make our transport smart? It's a important part of your main syllabus. And you are, because these kind of issues are seen in our daily life, and from those areas the questions are to be asked.
Move people, not vehicles.
Exactly, very good. And this is given in National Transport Policy this time.
Green transport cycle.
This question came in 2014 means.
Okay. Is the same line, huh? Moving people, not vehicles. कि लोगों को मूव कराना है, vehicles नहीं.
And sir, promoting green transport like bicycles.
Good.
MRTP.
MRTP, yes. So BRT, MRTP. Massive
rapid transport system.
Mass rapid transport system.
Using trains on and off.
BRT, you can say.
Trucks on train.
That is roll on, roll off.
Roll on, roll off, sir.
But still, Delhi has used it. The trucks, they were transported to cross the Delhi on the trains. Haven't you heard about it? To cross the Delhi, all the trucks are loaded into train. Train crossed Delhi.
Like a ferry.
Yes. So one of the thing is objective is move people, not vehicles. So one thing in transportation should be you have to encourage the public transport. So your initial focus should be based on the public transportation. So how to then, another question comes out from the same your answer, because just writing this thing that to encourage or to strengthen public transportation won't work, because this is the common point. And what else? How you will encourage public transportation? आप कैसे कर सकते? Then you bring certain out of the box points.
Then odd even scheme. Something like odd even scheme.
You can say vehicle rationing can work. What else?
Last mile connectivity.
Yes, there should be multimodal transportation.
Increase the frequency of public transport and in conjunction with
last mile connectivity.
Then flyovers and all these.
ठीक, infrastructure, road, everything to be improved.
Disabled friendly.
ठीक है,
public transport.
बहुत अच्छे. वो फिर अलग पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट की बात कर रहे हैं पहले, तो अलग पॉइंट आ जाएगा. ठीक है, BRT MRT सब सारी बात करेंगे. What else? What I mean to say, once we are saying encouraging public transportation, one thing is you're trying to improve all these things.
It should be safe
Then we,
also.
yeah, safe also, inclusive also, accessible part should be part of accessible India campaign as well, right? All these things should be there. Now listen to it. Once we say public transportation, you people use public transportation, I also use public transportation. Now how we can further encourage? Who are the people? What do you want to do? We want to reduce the number of cars basically from the roads, isn't it? अगर हमें पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट इंप्रूव करना है, मीन्स एनकरेज करना है, किसके किन के लिए एनकरेज करना है? अमंग whom? The people who are using cars, right? Now who are these people who are using cars? Affluent people. So how we can make public transportation attractive for those affluent class of section of people? Right? You have to increase, you have to improve the services, you have to improve the facilities within the public transportation. Give them facilities, very good facilities, luxury facilities even. There could be certain buses or transportation for, isn't it? What is harm in that? You go in the Western cities, Western countries, there the services are very good. People still they don't feel anything bad about it traveling the public transportation. Then secondly, one another solution you can so one thing is आप क्या कर सकते, simple charger मिल जाए, laptop charger and everything, AC buses, and we have the AC buses, all this, but further improving the facilities in those and services, and better is not only facilities but services by the buses. For example, one concern for we people remains, if we go to the bus station, how much time we have to wait for the bus. पता ही नहीं है बस कब आने वाली है और कितने टाइम बाद जाए. एक तो फ्रीक्वेंसी ठीक है, फ्रीक्वेंसी इंप्रूव करना वो सारा तो अलग चीज. What I mean to say, just how Uber and Ola they are working, you know it exactly 2 minutes, you need exactly 5 minutes for the cab to arrive. So why not the GPS could be installed in each and every bus, and certain application is there, right, that tells you exactly, open the application that for this route this bus number is going to arrive in 2 minutes. मेट्रो में तो है, तो अब जो भी जाके एग्जैक्टली वो तो हर 2 मिनट में आता ही, यू डोंट नीड टू हैव फॉर दैट. ठीक, वहाँ इश्यू नहीं है इतना. रात में सर 11-12 बजे ट्रैवल करता हूँ. But what I mean to say, for the buses, this is how the system could be improved. You go there, you get a good bus, you'll feel happy to travel in those buses. So give certain solution to encourage public transportation. Then other points as you people discussed. ठीक है.
So more vehicle clubbing can be. Vehicle clubbing.
Carpooling.
Carpooling.
Yeah. Then different dimensions, safe, inclusive. Among all those dimensions, there can be multiple points. So you should bring those. So now we have National Urban Transport Policy. Move people, not vehicles. Yeah, one of the points, pedestrian and bicycles. So non-motorized vehicles. Our roads are not safe for the pedestrians even. Right? Why people say, why there is no culture of bicycles in Delhi? Many people they love just going on the bicycles. Yes, still. So there are many high cost, high end bicycles as well in the market. So many people that love cycling, but still we find very less proportion of people they go for the cycling. Why?
Because of pollution.
Pollution, highly unsafe. People are not safe even on the
Right.
on the footpath also people are not safe. Forget about the roads. So this remains a major concern. So our road infrastructure should be safe for pedestrian, for the bicycles. So there should be separate routes could be there, whatever corridors, or we say. That's all. So we just read this transport policy, National Urban Transport Policy. The policy envisages integrated land use and transport planning, significant improvements in public transport, encouragements of non-motorized modes of travel, provision of adequate parking spaces. Yes, parking space also need to be taken care. As also a comprehensive set of measures for capacity building and urban transport planning. So certain time in Delhi, when you buy the vehicle, so you should have certain space in the home to park for it. One policy was certain government initiative was there that if I think if you construct a house, there should be certain space within the home to park the car, or if you buy the car, then there should be.
No, the policy
What was that?
they were trying to bring out was if you want to buy a car and get it registered, then you should show a certificate that
That
you
you
have
have the
parking
you have the
space.
parking space for it. Yes. So that's all from this chapter. Now we just revise this chapter. See just the name of schemes and initiatives. First, Manrega, then NRLM. Earlier it was Ajivika, then it NRLM, and now we have it Deen Dayal Antyojana rural component. Various points under this. Then RCT, it's a bank-led initiatives. Then Mahila Kisan Sashaktikan Pariyojana, important Pariyojana it is to empower women farmers and specifically among them small and marginal. And Gram Sadak Yojana, what is the rate? At what rate? 133. Yes. 133 kilometer per day.
Yes.
So it is important figure it is. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Gramin component. Earlier it was Indira Awas Yojana. Now it is part of Housing for All 2022. 1 crore houses in the rural areas in 3 years, 16 to 19. 1.2 lakh is the assistance in plain, 1.30 in hilly areas. And also toilet construction assistance is also there. NSAP, what are the programs under it? Old age pension, widow pension, disability pension, family benefit, and Annapurna. Gramin Kaushal Yojana, it's a placement linked skill program for both domestic and global jobs. Certification would be there that will be accepted globally as well. 3-tier implementation in PPP mode. Age group 15 to 35, and this category of people, rural youth from poor families. So it's rural youth from poor families. MGNRG, RSBY, Antyodaya. So these are various categories of people. They are eligible. Regional inclusion, Himayat, Roshni. Post placement support as well. Make in India, transparency, accountability. Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana from Savraj to Suraj. One village by MP. So now aim to develop 3 Adarsh Gram chosen by MPs by March 2019, 5 further from 19 to 24. So total 8. Jan Bhagidari is not infrastructure centric scheme. So this is important component. Okay? Because it is a holistic program. It also focuses on values as well. No separate funds within the existing scheme. We have the schemes. The funds would be utilized from there. Watershed, IWMP, 3 components. बताइए क्या है प्रिया ये? कोई नहीं आराम से try to recall. देखो सामने देखिए IWDP लिखा हुआ आपने. IWDP is what? नहीं ये W watershed नहीं है. Wasteland Integrated Wasteland Development Program. बहुत अच्छे. And Drought Prone Area DPAP, Drought Prone Area Development Program. Then we have DIL RMP, DIL RMP, Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. Under Ministry of Panchayati Raj District Planning Committee 243 ZD, PISA, the Rajiv Gandhi Panchayat Shashaktikran Abhiyan, Gram Swaraj Abhiyan for SDG, building the capacities, governance capacities of Panchayati Raj institutions. Gram Uday se Bharat Uday, GPDP, Gram Panchayat Development Plans. Then SCPRI, so under SCPRI is of strengthening capacities of Panchayati Raj institutions. So grants, 2 lakh crore grants, 2 lakh crore rupee grant is given under 14th Finance Commission to Gram Panchayats in the country under Part-9. Budget 17-18 HRR for R. ठीक है HRR for R. Human Resource Reform for Results. Rural Drinking Water Program, it's CSS, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan by 2019. Toilet, solid waste management, drinking water facilities and everything. Triple the growth of toilets from 3 to 10%. ODF, Open Defecation Free India in 5 years.
Just in time.
Swachhta Doot, Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin, come to Hriday, and urban development we have Hriday, we have Amrut, then Smart City. So, SPM, that was Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, Urban Mission.
That is only for the selected state, not for the all state.
Which one? मुझे लगता नहीं ऐसी कोई कंडीशन है चेक करना फिर एक बार now Amrut is CSS centrally sponsored scheme
And Hriday
is central sector scheme and Smart City is central sponsored scheme. So remember Amrut and Smart City mission central sponsored, Hriday is central sector scheme. In urban transport, we have national urban transport policy, move people, not vehicles. That's all. Now come to next chapter, science and tech. Still we see whatever we can get it from there. So we have science, technology and innovation policy 2013. So this is important for mains. Remember it. Even for PT question can be asked.
So after first class of science and technology.
So we have STI policy, Science, Technology and Innovation Policy 2013. So main points, thrust for innovators. Then important point is link science sector to development agenda of the country. An aspiration to gain global competitiveness. Then there is Srishti. Srishti is one of the scheme there is, system there is. Science, research and innovation system for high technology led path for India is the main policy goal. Srishti is the major goal under STI 2013. Science, research and innovation system for high technology led path for India. So objective is to make India as one of the top 5 of 6 knowledge powers in science under new STI policy. So to gain global competitiveness, link science sector to development agenda and Srishti. Then SCRB, early career research, and come to next. How to attract youth talent to science? Inspire is the scholarship, fellowship is given. Inspire fellowship, what actually is? People who are going for the PhD, then after that, or even during that, so they apply for this Inspire, they get the fellowship, then they start working in those research institutions. They get the very good package around 90,000, 1 lakh, around a good amount of fellowship. They get it from the say DST. DST provides this fellowship to the students. Yeah, around this is huge, very good amount of fellowship. क्या कह रहे हैं इतना ही मिलता है ना उनका very good amount they get it. Basically, the guide of the research institution, suppose you are doing PhD from any institution, so the guide should also recommend your name. So they are while applying for it. Then interview happens for Inspire. Everything become count how much your papers, research papers, and So everything, then interview and final, they bring the list. The qualifiers, they do the research in the various research institutions as well as in universities. Then opportunities for women scientists. Kiran is there. What is Kiran? Knowledge and involvement in research, advancement through nurturing. What is Kiran? Knowledge, involvement in research, advancement through nurturing. Then there are certain new initiatives. One is nanoscience and technology. In 2016 this was the question. क्या क्वेश्चन था? नैनो साइंस पॉलिसी था, क्या था? पॉलिसी था ना? अभी इसी मेंस में इसरो से भी था एक साइंस एंड टेक का क्वेश्चन. इट्स पार्ट ऑफ पेपर 3 में था ये. So there is national mission of nanoscience and technology. Now let's see the paper. I think this was the same direct question it was. Third, yes. What is nanotechnology? Silent features when in government mission on nanoscience. See, direct question it is. Features, they have asked directly the features. Why is nanotechnology one of the key technology of 21st century? Now this is something I think you could else write as well. Now this is direct question based on policy. Mission on nanoscience and technology and scope of its application in the development process in the country. So you read it from India books, you can do it directly. But else also, even if you haven't read it, still you attempt it. Attempt तो फिर भी क्या ही होगा ना. चलो देखते हैं. It's an umbrella program launched in 2007 to promote R&D in this emerging area of research. Main objective of Nano Mission: basic research promotion, research infrastructure development, nano application technology development, human resource development, international collaboration, orchestrating national dialogues. India has scored third position among its nation of the world in terms of scientific publication in this emerging area. These are major components. Fund तो मिलेगा ही definitely. Let's see. नहीं दिया मैंने और कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं. मैं I just delete मार दिया मैंने. इतना ही दिया हुआ है इसके अंदर. ठीक है. Still, see dimensions क्या. Even though I had not read this mission while before attempting this paper, but still I wrote 7-8 different points because what else you could think about the nanoscience, what kind of mission would be. So this is how you try to attempt the paper, and I believe those points were brought together in those 6-7 points. अब क्या लिखें, ये सारे points आप लिखने वाला है even if you haven't read this mission.
सर मेरे से कोई बोलता मैं ग्लोबल कोलैबोरेशन वगैरह भी लिखता है.
हाँ लिखा हुआ है इसमें, लिखता नहीं है ये इंटरनेशनल कोलैबोरेशन. ठीक है, तो it is part of it.
चैलेंजिंग सर आई थिंक है. चैलेंजिंग
क्या कर रहे हैं आप?
मैं कह रहा है चैलेंजिंग सर.
चल नहीं
नहीं ये सर ये आपके स्ट्रेटजी को चैलेंज कर रहा है कि स्ट्रेटजी यू हैव गिवन द आंसर द सेम स्ट्रेटजी इज आल्सो.
नहीं very good approach he has. I observed this.
Sir, I also read the point read somewhere that there is a provision for the fund.
होगा तो फंड भी होता है. फंड फंड के बिना कैसे काम करेगा?
डेडिकेटेड फंड है टेक्नोलॉजी.
I think you have written this point in होगा कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. तो basic idea है कि when you talk about these kind of the science, nano science or any other science mission, so R&D, basic research promotion, infrastructure, international collaboration भी दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, ये सारे ही पॉइंट्स आपके आने होते हैं।
STI के सारे पॉइंट्स हैं।
And sir, इसमें medical में they also use in medical science
तो
like
application
फिर आप एप्लीकेशन कर देंगे बिकॉज
targeting medication.
एग्जैक्टली इन्वेस्टमेंट भी प्रमोट करा सकते हैं, बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स आप लिख सकते हैं। इसके अलावा भी जो और हो सकता है ना वट एवर द डायमेंशन यू फाइंड, डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस, ठीक है।
This sense.
Climate change. So we have two missions. Now come back. What I mean to say, even if the leave only those questions where you are totally blank, like allelopathy. If you haven't read it, what can you do? Or McBride Commission also the same kind of question. But otherwise attempted.
Sir, 7 sins of unbelief.
हाँ, ये आप छोड़ सकते हैं अगर आपने नहीं पढ़ा है तो, बिकॉज अगर 2-3 भी पढ़े तो लिखिए, फिर आप थोड़ा 2-3 में आप थोड़ा सा ट्राई कर सकते हैं।
मैं पता है क्या, मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम क्या सोचा, मैंने वो हिंदी में 7 सिंस पढ़े थे, काम को लो
नहीं,
वो नहीं है ये।
वो मैं लिख देता अगर मैं
वो नहीं है। अरे worship without sacrifice.
वो सब without
What I mean to say, even if you haven't read it, still attempt it, because if mission suppose policy, national child policy, भाई नहीं पढ़ा कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना, चाइल्ड के बारे में क्या पॉलिसी हो सकती है ना, तो सारे सारे वही पॉइंट्स आपके आने वाले, और डेफिनेटली योर 70% ऑफ द पॉइंट्स वुड बी सेम, वो होंगे उसके अंदर, तो अटेम्प्ट करना है उस क्वेश्चन को।
Convention 138 rules. UN Convention 183.
राइट। इस बार अभी रेटिफाई करने के लिए डिसाइड किया है कैबिनेट ने। Climate change. Now come to these two missions under NAPCC, National Mission on Himalayan Ecosystem and National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change. So I gave you one of the homework that see through it which ministry implements these different missions. How many missions under NAPCC? 8 missions. So these two missions are by DST. Right? So National Mission on Himalayan Ecosystem and the Strategic Knowledge to Combat Climate Change by the Ministry of Science.
सोलर वाला है रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के अंदर, वाटर वाला है वाटर मिनिस्ट्री के अंदर, वाटर वाला नेशनल वाटर,
Ministry of Enhanced Energy Efficiency, Ministry of Power, Ministry of Power,
Sustainable
Sustainable Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture it should be.
वो एग्रीकल्चर के अंदर है, सही कहा।
So see through it, even still go back home, check it and exactly remember. Question can come in PT. National Supercomputing Mission, then ये भी एक mission है आपका, was approved in 15. Now this is to enable India to leapfrog to the league of world-class computing power nations by DST and DAT. Then one program, now this is important, सत्यम आपका फॉर योगा एंड मेडिटेशन। क्वेश्चन इस बार आ सकता है कभी योगा मेडिटेशन के ऊपर, ठीक है।
लास्ट बार स्वयं आया था ना।
हाँ, now this is सत्यम because people they don't think directly linking science and technology regarding yoga and meditation.
The sustainable habitat is by Ministry of Urban Housing.
Right, urban housing.
Agriculture I think.
Green India is MUA. Ministry of
Environment के, because Green India के अंदर आपका एफोरेस्टेशन का कंपोनेंट है, ठीक है। तो when you go for afforestation, environment and forest is the ministry.
दो DST के अंदर, दो फॉरेस्ट वाले के अंदर, दो एक एनर्जी, एक रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, एक वाटर और एक
एग्रीकल्चर आपका। So remember it, come back. Satyam is science and technology of yoga and meditation to encourage research in yoga and meditation. Then there is Nidhi. Nidhi is National Initiative for Developing and Harnessing Innovation. Nidhi. Now components. One of the components is Prayas. What is Prayas? Promotion and acceleration of young and aspiring innovators and startups. Prayas. Then there is Manak. Million Minds Augmenting National Aspiration and Knowledge. To widen the base of innovation pyramid by cultural intervention, ideas relevant to the national needs for these students from schools. So Nidhi, what is Nidhi?
National Institute of Development and Harvesting Innovation.
Right. PT के लिए important है सारे what are the schemes you have done till now. Satyam for yoga and meditation. Nidhi for developing and harnessing innovation. Under Nidhi you have Prayas, promotion acceleration of young and aspiring innovators and startups. तो किसको प्रमोट करना है? Aspiring innovators and startups. Manak million minds, augmenting national aspiration and knowledge.
Short form
Survey of India, so mapping and all these, what are the maps are being prepared by the Survey of India. So बस इतना ही ध्यान में रखना है कि maps वगैरह कौन बनाते हैं आपके? Survey of India. So National Principal Mapping Agency it is. Then we have NETMO, National Atlas and Thematic Mapping Organization. Blind Atlas निकाला है. NETMO ने निकाला है. नहीं NETMO ने निकाला है कि इसी organization ने. So what the purpose is to integrate resource maps with other relevant socio-economic data and represent them in spatial forms useful for development planning. So basically to integrate these maps with the socio-economic data. And now, as you told, blind maps that has been brought by NETMO. Come to atomic energy, we have DAE, Department of Atomic Energy. Now under the nuclear power program, we have closed fuel cycle. Basically India is following, right? Closed fuel cycle. No? Now there are different programs. In stage 1 we have PSWR and LWR, pressurized heavy water reactors and light water reactors. So certain projects, Kakrapa, Rajasthan, here sanctioned Kondakulam, Gorakhpur in Haryana. In front end fuel cycle just इतना important है नहीं, just आप समझ लीजिए क्या है, रिवाइज में भी you can skip it, क्या है क्या. फ्रंट एंड में क्या होता है, फ्यूल बनाना है, ठीक है, फैब्रिकेशन ऑफ फ्यूल, माइनिंग फ्यूल को निकालना है, माइनिंग ऑफ फ्यूल, फैब्रिकेशन ऑफ फ्यूल, heavy water and coolant, moderated coolant, all these things are come under fuel, front end fuel cycle. Then will come back end fuel cycle. वहां पर क्या है, मैनेजमेंट ऑफ वेस्ट, ठीक है. यहाँ पर क्या किया गया कि फ्रंट एंड रिएक्टर का फ्रंट एंड क्या हुआ, आप कहाँ से फ्यूल लेके आएंगे, क्या क्या चीजें चाहिए आपको उसके लिए, all those requirements come under front end. Back end, you generate energy, whatever remains there, the waste, management of waste comes under back end fuel cycle. So here it is, back end fuel cycle. What is there? Fuel reprocessing and fuel management. Gorakhpur in Haryana is a proposed nuclear reactor. अभी बन रहा है अभी implement इसमें construction stage के अंदर है. Where is Gorakhpur? In Fatehpur district it is.
Gorakhpur is
यूपी में भी है, ठीक है. One is in Haryana also.
ये सब तो योगी जी करेगा.
Second power stage. First one was PSWR and LWR. Second is FBR.
Sir, हरियाणा में इंडियन इंटरनेशनल सोलर अलायंस का हेडक्वार्टर भी बना है.
Gurugram. Sir, if someone writes Gurugram, then it's a chance of cut the marks.
Why chance? Government has officially announced it.
Official नाम होगा गुरुगांव लिखेगा तब मार्क्स कटेंगे.
हाँ, yeah, that I asked.
If you write Gurgaon, no, these things they don't matter. If you write Gurgaon or Gurugram, everything is fine. Okay, Gurugram लिखेंगे, it gives some good impression. Otherwise, Gurgaon also same. इसके नाम पे marks नहीं मिलने वाले हैं, ठीक है ना? FBR second stage is fast breeder reactor. What are the first stage? PSWR and LWR. So in pressurized heavy water reactor, heavy water is used as moderator and coolant. Here in FBR it is sodium. Liquid sodium is used. Sodium cooled fast breeder reactors. One of the important feature of FBR is they produce more fuel than they consume. So one of the FBTR is operating at Kalpakkam and prototype The prototype FBR is coming at Kalpakkam. So 500 megawatt prototype at Kalpakkam is being executed by Bhavini. We are under FBR. We are discussing FBR, fast grid reactor. So this project is being executed by what is Bhavini? Bharatiya Navikiya Vidyut Nigam Limited. Bhavini. What is prototype FBR? Mixed oxide of uranium and plutonium as fuel. Coolant is liquid sodium. Come to stage 3, that is nuclear power program stage 3, thorium based reactor. So the stage 1 was PSWR and LWR. Stage 2 FBR. FBR, they produce more fuel than they consume. Third is thorium based reactor, TBR. So nuclear power employing closed fuel cycle is the only sustainable option, right? Because whatever the waste fuel comes, that also can be used as a fuel for the another reactor. So this is the basic idea here. And moreover, thorium is very ample, huge resources, and even in India, India is one of the biggest resource of thorium is in India, right? So world resource of thorium, they are larger than the uranium, and they are called as fuel of the future. So thorium 232 is transmuted into the fissile isotope uranium 233, which is a nuclear fuel. So thorium 232 is used, then it converts into uranium 233. Then Bark is using this advanced heavy water reactor. Now come next. Now you see the applications. Applications are in electronics and instrumentation. Just remember the area. Question can come directly also. Just how application of space science was to be discussed in last year mains exam. So here we are having application of nuclear technology. One is directly say in the nuclear energy. There are various other ways as well where it could be used. Electronics and instrumentation, in robotics, in cryogenics, in radioisotopes and radiation technology in their application, nuclear agriculture, you have high yielding crop seeds, radiation processing. So this topic is important for the mains. You can see just for the headings. Even remember the headings only, you can write a good answer. Food technology. Now we know irradiation technology, food technology. So to help conserving their values. Then medicine and healthcare, treatment of eye cancer, radio immunoassay for measurement of hormones and enzymes. Then water purification as well. Bark has made this seawater reverse osmosis. It is discussed many times in news channels or paper as well sometimes. Right? Water purification, water desalination, and isotope hydrology. So we have this as well. Seawater reverse osmosis. So to make seawater a potable water, so that could be used for the drinking purpose. So seawater reverse osmosis by Bark. Plasma device and systems. Then there is Akruti, advanced knowledge and rural technology implementation. So it helps in rural deployment of the technologies, these technologies. So this in the social initiatives, in societal initiatives. And there are certain initiatives. In those initiatives itself it is mentioned. वहीं पर ही कहीं छोटा सा दिया होगा within those points itself. Advanced knowledge and rural technology implementation. Akruti. It's license for exclusive rural deployment of technologies like foldable solar dryer. So all these basic ideas to use all these technologies for the exclusive for rural deployment. Akruti, advanced knowledge and rural technology implementation. Certain PSUs, no need to just have more information on these PSUs. Just remember the name: NPCIL, UCIL, Indian Rare Earths Limited, and Bhavini. Now come to Indian Space Program. PSUs नहीं पढ़ना है, ज़्यादा नहीं करना है, बस सिंपल नाम देखना क्या क्या नाम है, बस इसके अलावा नहीं. Your Space Commission now, this space would be covered more comprehensively once we do the current of space. So how we'll do it now? After we just finish India book in say one more class, we will say pick up defense separately. Defense is a chapter here in India book as well. We discuss defense from that and cover all the developments that has happened in the last 1 year. Last 1 year. Same way space. So because question 1 or 2, a couple of questions can be asked from that discussion itself. So this is how we'll do it. Here they haven't discussed it much. They say IRNS, so part of IRNSS Navik. What is Navik? Yes, our regional navigation system.
First name, second name, then Navik.
क्या कह रहे हैं?
पहले set name नाम रखा फिर Navik.
Set name.
Set name, SAT, satellite navigation.
Satellite navigation, that is our regional navigation, right? So these satellites were launched by our launching vehicles, PSLV C-27, C-31 नहीं पूछेंगे इतना है. Now regarding launching vehicles program, so we have one of the in PSLV basically. PSLV is our major launching vehicle. So it has been the most successful launching vehicle of history is what? PSLV. GSLV of the world. Okay, even for India as well, for ISRO also, PSLV is the most successful. For GSL, we had certain issues. Now we are trying to develop those Mark-3. So now we're trying to improve on the cryogenic stage. So it will still take some time for to excel or to master that technology. Now what about PSLV?
We SAR satellites are GSLV से launch नहीं है? GSLV Mark 3 से launch नहीं है SAR satellite? कल परसों.
I don't remember it.
SAR satellite launch किया ना?
नहीं आज होना है 5 तारीख को.
5 है.
So what I mean to say, PSLV basically it cannot carry much of the heavier satellites. Even when we need to carry some higher range satellite, we have used PSLV XL, extra large version you can say, right? So even this Chandrayaan or whatever these mission, they were by this XL. For GSLV, we have GSLV Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. Now we are moving towards Mark 3. Mark 3 launch vehicles. So that will that will be capable of launching 4-ton satellites into geosynchronous transfer orbit (GTO).
So what is sun synchronous orbit?
बताइए क्या होता है ऋत्विक? Synchronous, polar.
सर जिसकी स्पीड जो है वो सन के जियोसिंक्रोनस तो वो है जिसकी स्पीड
दैट आई नो.
क्या होता है?
जिसकी स्पीड और अर्थ की स्पीड सेम है. जियो स्टेशनरी वो है जो अर्थ से स्टेशनरी दिखाई दे.
ठीक.
टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स.
बताइए यहाँ क्या है?
Geosynchronous means Earth and satellite both revolve at the same. Earth rotates and the satellite revolves at the same speed.
ठीक है.
But geostationary means the satellite looks stationary from the Earth.
सेम चीज होगा ना?
ना सेम नहीं. उसको उल्टा घुमा दो दूसरी ऑपोजिट स्पीड. ऐसे अर्थ ऐसे घूम रही है, सैटेलाइट ऐसे घूम रहा है, तब भी वो जियोसिंक्रोनस हुआ पर जियोस्टेशनरी नहीं है.
जियोसिंक्रोनस इज ए ब्रॉडर टर्म. ठीक है, उसके अंदर ही एक आ जाएगा जियोस्टेशनरी.
उसके अंदर आ जाता है.
My question is sun synchronous.
It's 830 किलोमीटर.
क्या कह रहे हैं?
Sun synchronous satellite.
क्या होता है बताइए?
तो मैंने पहले बात करा. First
Sun synchronous means
China has launched many satellites in the sun synchronous.
M हो गया और
इस सन को सर्च किया ना. Here we have a geosynchronous satellite placed in geosynchronous orbit with an orbit period the same as the Earth's rotation period. Right? So same with the same period it rotates. It returns to the same position in the sky after each day. Advantage of remaining permanently in the same area of sky as viewed from a particular location on the Earth. Then geostationary is one of the particular case of geosynchronous, which has a geostationary orbit, a circular orbit directly above the Earth's equator. Yeah, this is the major difference. Geostationary orbit is over the Earth's equator it is. So it remains stationary. Geosynchronous, it comes back to the same space, same place after every day.
It was in the shape of A. Looks like it is revolving in the shape of A.
So Earth rotation period it is same. Sun synchronous I think is pole to pole.
Sun synchronous pole to pole.
पोल टू पोल ही है नहीं दो ही तरह के होते हैं एक जियो सिंक्रोनस along with the equator sun synchronous pole to pole that is
So why it's in sun synchronous means they should be I think
अरे वो टाइम
चाइना ने किया ना तो मुझे डाउट हो रहा इंडिया का तो डाउट नहीं
अरे टाइम के हिसाब से होता है ना जिस जगह 12 बजेंगे उस जगह पहुंच जाएगा तो ऐसा होगा
इंसान से होना है हां
ये आप देख लेना चेक करना है बट sun synchronous pole to pole and geosynchronous this one along equator ठीक है geostationary along equator geosynchronous at certain angle but remains fixed right and comes back to the same place after every day geostationary along
equator is a special case of geostationary
huh नहीं geosynchronous geostationary is a special case of geosynchronous now there are certain space program Mars orbiter mission first कुछ नहीं पढ़ना है इसमें but देख लो बस now don't revise this space program for India book they have not given much I'm just going through the names that's it India's first interplanetary spacecraft mission the space mission Astrosat you have now this is important you should remember Astrosat it has come last year कब आया पिछले साल ही आया has it come
yes sir
right so it's first multi-wavelength observatory simultaneously viewing the universe in the visible ultraviolet and X-rays. So it is multi-wavelength it is space observatory first point. Second point it is multi-wavelength. Why multi-wavelength? Because capable of simultaneously viewing the universe in the visible ultraviolet and X-ray regions of electromagnetic spectrum. Its application in now this is something the question has come in last year mains. It has helped in agriculture crops, inventory, agriculture drought, forest fire, landslides, earthquake monitoring, groundwater prospects mapping, inventory, monitoring of glacial lakes, water bodies, sericulture development, satellite aided research and rescue. All these are different applications. Now we go.
whether India is the first country to launch it or such wavelength, such observatory, whether India is the first country or not. This was one statement which I was.
Which I?
But India was not
India was the first country. Or second country. They said, US is the first country and India is the second. That was the statement. But I didn't know whether India is the second or not.
No.
India was not the second year.
Fourth or fifth, I think.
अब इतना ध्यान नहीं है देखते हैं
India fourth रहती है.
ISRO now there are certain application in the telemedicine in disaster management just read the highlighted portion it shows the importance of ISRO in that application of ISRO this application of space science basically
so in the last question this should be written
yeah this was basically because question was क्या question था in the mains
implementation of the space
that was basically trying to say
the achievements of ISRO
not directly achievement of ISRO space technology in a way that
socio-economic development of
whether space India should go for space technology development or not say there are so many other gray areas as well why not to work on those let's see
because of MOM days MOM debate
there had been debate like this before as well should we see the question again देखें क्या question है
India's achievements.
Yes. Discuss India's achievement in the field of space science and technology, how the application of this technology has helped India in its socio-economic development. So one thing is directly achievements, and then you have to link it to the socio-economic development. So direct question it is. So these things were to be written. It's achievement we have seen before. Set, Astrosat, Mars orbiter mission, Chandrayaan 1, 2, whatever you want to say. Then further so many other achievements, RLVTD.
Sir, how can it help to लिख सकते हैं? How has it helped लिखने में problem?
Which one?
How can it help in India?
It has helped. It has helped as well.
तो क्या उसमें हम concrete point पे
Concrete लिख सकते हैं. Geotagging कर रहे हैं हम इतनी time से. In disaster management, many of the cyclones they have been early warning system, right? Water management on the by using the space technology, we are doing it. Manrega assets हम geotagging कर रहे हैं. In same way in the urban development as well. So yes. So these things we are doing it. So basically, so we can write it. In telemedicine, disaster management, flood early warning system, flood hazard atlas for Odisha, they say. So early warning system is important. In space commerce, now this is also important when you talk about space science. So we can use space science for the commercial purpose as well. So Antariksh Corporation is the commercial arm of Department of Space.
foreign exchange.
Right, because it helps in bring the foreign exchange.
Yes.
You have seen we have launched how much 105 satellites? 4 or 5?
104.
Okay, 104 satellites with a single launching vehicle, right? And out of these, how many of India?
3 sir.
Only 3?
Yes sir.
97 from US, I think. 97, 98, हाँ कितना? 90s में है, ठीक है देख लेना क्या है. Check करना because now they are asking the factual question how much from. So see through it. How much foreign exchange reserve it can earn for India?
जर्मनी का था, जापान का, चाइना.
So that's all from this. Now come to transport. So we have this Ministry of Shipping and Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. About railways, whatever discussion we had done before, we should bring that discussion here as well. Now, at the time we discussed that India had increased its railway expansion, railway network from 62 to 64,000 at that time, right? ऐसा discussion किया था ना हमने, and China had done it from 58,000 to 94,000, something like this. So now presently we have around 66,000 kilometers of railway network. So remember this figure only from here. Railway, how they can help, where they can help in the economic, industrial, social development.
So rural railway के part सकते हैं?
हाँ, you read it, yes. पढ़ सकते हैं because question आ सकते हैं PT में. So I think you have done it before as well. So just revise them. पढ़ रखा होगा आपने पहले भी है ना? तो देख लो एक बार. So you can go through once. Central Mumbai, Eastern Kolkata. There are 17 zones, and these are their headquarters. Just read it once and just try to see. Eastern Mumbai, East Coast Bhubaneswar, East Central Hazipur, Northern Delhi, North Central Allahabad, Northeastern Gorakhpur, Northeast Frontier Malegaon, Northwestern Jaipur, Southern Chennai, South Central Secunderabad, Southeastern Kolkata, Southeast Central Bilaspur, Southwestern Railway Hubli, Western Mumbai, West Central Railway Jabalpur, and Metro Railway this Kolkata. And try to locate them in the map because that will help you to remember it more carefully.
From east to west or from north to south?
These are the PSUs, no need to remember it, even you can skip these. come to certain achievements in passenger
ETF में 3 आई हैं CCS
in
ETF कौन है AFC और
there are certain achievements regarding passenger now passenger amenities. So using the platform to improve the railway governance by you see our railway minister is very active on the Twitter on these social media platforms. To bring certain issues in front of the ministry, they take proactive action on these and resolving the issue. So improving it is a way of also public grievance redressal system where the people they are very it brings people close to the ministers and close to the government. So the interface is made more smooth. So the space, because it has been seen there is huge gap and space how people they should reach to the ministers directly to the minister. So these ways they can help in this. Wi-Fi, you know about it. Wi-Fi they have been in the stations, in the trains as well now. In the infrastructure creation, India and Japan, Gatiman Express. कहाँ से गए Gatiman Express? Delhi to Agra at 160 kilometers per hour. The reforms, different areas, the reforms are there. Green initiatives. So windmill power plant at Jaisalmer, bio-toilets, first green demo from Rewari to Rohtak. What is demo? Diesel electric, multiple units. What is EMU? You might have heard about EMU. What is that?
Electrical multiple. Delhi Meerut EMU.
हाँ Delhi Meerut EMU आपका. So what the purpose of EMU is?
Local train.
Yeah, right. So why it is so? Because electrical multiple unit. So there is, you can say, power is generated in each and every compartment. Otherwise, in the other locomotives, what happen? There is one engine, and the rest are the dead bogies basically. So here, each and every bogie itself, compartment itself, they have the motors. So motors in each and every compartment in EMU. So why it is so? Because it gives more acceleration, right? Because while you are connecting the short cities, say short duration trains that need more acceleration, so that to cover the time. Speed check maximum come out, but acceleration they require more. So this demo is the green. Why? First CNG train, it says. It's not given there, but I checked on the internet then. That's why it says it's first green demo train. So the train is India's first CNG train. Hybrid toilet system. So one was bio toilets, one is hybrid toilet. What is there in hybrid toilet? Combines the best features of vacuum toilet system and indigenous bio toilet system. So both the features they are merged. Then trees along railside tracks. This is also one of the green initiative. Then Swachh Rail, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan through Clean My Coach. So Clean My Coach service, SMS based service, where you can help when you can instigate or for cleaning your coach. Then cleanliness audit, connectivity northeast in Jammu and Kashmir, roll on roll off scheme, safety in rail operation. So you have here zero accident mission. In rail operation safety, rail safety, you have zero accident mission. So TPWS, train protection warning system, automatic train protection system. Miscellaneous, it says Latur Express, even it has been used for carry the water, used for providing the help to Nepal earthquake as well. In different areas it has been used. In budget, what has been the announcement? Rashtriya Rail Sanrakshan Kosh.
Central Road Fund comes from petrol and high-speed diesel sales and contributes to Rashtriya Rail Sanrakshan.
What are you saying?
The Central Road Fund contributes to Rashtriya Rail Sanrakshan.
Central Road Fund. Okay, and
1 लाख करोड़ का वो है 5 साल में.
Okay. So Rashtriya Rail Sanraksha Course. So why road fund? Hmm? Why road fund?
Central road fund is for road accident.
I thought like you're saying for rail Sanraksha course.
That उसमें से contribution जाएगा rail
So
से.
some contribution would come from there. Okay. So we have for safety rail, Rashtriya Rail Sanraksha course. Then another to make it inclusive, accessible, disabled friendly coaches, solar power, clean my coach service. It has already been started. Then Coach Mitra. This is another proposal. Single window interface to register all coach related complaints. Then Metro Rail policy and Metro Rail Act. So these were proposals under budget. Metro Rail policy, Metro Rail Act, Coach Mitra, inclusive, and all these. And Rashtriya Rail Sanraksha Coach. So regarding railways, tell other points why railways are important. Now we discuss other points about railways. Hmm?
Mass transport.
Yes, it's a transport of the poor section of society. Yes, yes. Wheels, wheels. These are wheels of the poor people.
That is established.
Hmm?
Most people that is established.
Hmm. One of the basic point is in the economic and industrial development.
Multiplier effect.
It has huge multiplier effect. It helps in the industrial agglomeration basically. Provide backward and forward linkage to the industries. How industrial agglomeration? See, along the dedicated freight corridor, Delhi-Mumbai corridor, there will be Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor as well. So it leads to industrial agglomeration. But what other points regarding railways? It is also very uh, better mode of transportation than basically for freight. Better mode of transportation than roadways. How better? Railways are better than roadways.
Fuel efficient.
Fuel efficient. Secondly, less emission.
Less efficient.
Thirdly,
Time productivity. Productivity of people.
time. It can also take time, and moreover, it also reduces congestion on the roads as well, thereby helping in reducing the number of accidents. We are seeing so many accidents on the road. Then what other the benefits of railways or the potential benefits or whatever you say? The importance. Yes, good. What is the point? बताइए.
Employment generation.
एम्प्लॉयमेंट वो तो हाँ लिखना ही आपको. और बताइए क्या करें.
जैसे बांग्लादेश को हम we can give line
Yes.
of credit for development of railways
Right.
between Kolkata and
सुन लो एक बार काफी important point है ये.
between Kolkata and Tripura suppose we can develop north east region भी develop हो सकता है साथ साथ international collaboration.
Exactly. So railways can be used.
And China is also doing this for Central Asia.
Exactly. So railways can be used not only connecting those say less connected regions in the northeast, but also can be used as a tool of the foreign diplomacy while integrating to Bangladesh, and can be further used to enhance the connectivity to Southeast Asian countries as well. इधर नहीं जा सकते चलो ठीक है पाकिस्तान रोक रहा है right, but we can move towards Southeast Asian. We are having the trilateral highway project है ना यहाँ का India, Myanmar, Thailand. So we can also move by way of railways as well, and see how China is using railways as a tool of the for the strategic importance as a foreign policy tool as part of to implement its OBOR initiative. London से आपकी ट्रेन आ गई है, isn't it? 3U. Now they had already trialed for the train from China to Iran last year. पिछले साल चाइना से ईरान उन्होंने ट्रेन का ट्रायल किया था.
So is there any land connectivity between China to England?
अरे वो आ रहे हैं ना through the English channel.
English channel के नीचे channel
By English channel to then to Europe, by Europe then there is connectivity definitely.
London Gateway India Airport to
What are the issues in railways?
Safety.
Sir, there is one more point. It can
बताइए.
help in integration of other modes of transport.
Yeah, multimodal transportation. Yes.
Roll on, roll off.
Roll on, roll off. Yes.
issues, sir, railways cross subsidization है 2015 survey.
Yes, very good. Issue of cross subsidization. Explain करिए.
Sir, freight is being overcharged by reducing the passenger fare
Exactly.
for populism.
It increases the competitiveness of the Indian industry and it affects the export.
This results in 70% freight from road traffic.
ठीक है. Then what you write further? When you say competitiveness, one thing is what the point you've written is it reduces competitiveness of our industries. But what further you rate? Because when you shift the freight from railway to roadways, it reduces the revenue for the railways, and it impacts railway chances for further expansion. आप जो लिख रहे हैं वो बता रहे हैं इंडस्ट्री की कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस को इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है, बट वंस यू टॉक अबाउट इश्यू फॉर रेलवेज इट लिमिट्स रेलवेज expansion capabilities. What other issue?
Safety.
So for regarding rationalization of railway fare, we have now independent authority for it.
Yes.
Isn't it? What is that?
It has been proposed.
It has been brought. I think it was we read it last month. क्या नाम authority का?
It will decide the fare.
Independent Railway Regulatory Authority, that is. So that will recommend the fare. Ministry will decide it. What other? Then there are issues regarding speed of railway, very low speed, and further low speed for the freight railways, very low speed. I don't remember exact figure, but the survey mentioned that.
Safety.
Railway safety, very good. So regarding railway safety, so many accidents and so many casualties.
So many terrorist activities. Terrorist activities also.
Terrorist activities? नहीं मिक्स मत करो इसके अंदर ना, because we cannot be sure. Only a few. So why so many accidents or so many casualties? Then you can bifurcate in two parts. Why so many accidents? So many issues in that. Why so many casualties? Because one of the issues regarding quality of coaches. So what should be there? Exactly, LHB coaches.
So it's become a.
और भी सारे पॉइंट्स लिखने हैं regarding say fire safety management, response time to be reduced, specialized unmanned level crossing all across सेतु भारतम, ये सब लेके आना वहाँ पर, ठीक है. Then regarding the staff as well, highly understaffed railway, that is, ठीक है. Then this fund, then the committee, काकोडकर committee, नहीं वो रेलवे सेफ्टी के रिगार्डिंग, विवेक देबरॉय अलग है, ठीक है. Then railway university also we are building with the help of China and Japan. So China and Japan, they are leading countries in the high-speed railway. They're also building high-speed railways. Then there is issue regarding same track for both
Dedicated corridor.
For both passenger and freight trains. There should be dedicated tracks for that. So these are different points that you can discuss. Then you can discuss about how China and India, they have, though India had good start. At one time, India was much ahead than China. It said that around 1990s, India had around 62,000 kilometers of railway network, and China had around 59,000. India just grew to 64,000 kilometers, and now we have 66,000 kilometers. And China may be around somewhere around 1 lakh kilometers, has reached to England even, right? Come to roads. Benefits and all, you can read it by yourself. What could the benefits? It's not so much. You can skip it even. You can, yes. मिल जाएगा आपको. I will. You need on the internet or?
So please share with the OneNote so that we can.
Sure, I will copy that article in OneNote.
Yes, so that we can also.
Road transport benefits. It says national highway, they constitute around 1.5% of total network. They carried 40% of total road traffic. You can leave it. Here you can see the various border highways. About highways, you should see all the national highways that are important highways. ठीक है, आपको सारा देखना है. Let's see from the old numbering. Now the numbering has been changed. I believe you remember it. Numbering change हो गई है ना अभी. From the old numbering, NH1 Delhi to. Let's revise the highways. Delhi to Amritsar. NH2 Delhi to Kolkata.
They are part of Great Road.
NH3 Agra to Mumbai. Mumbai है ना? NH3 NH4 Mumbai to Chennai. NH5 Chennai to कोलकाता. कितने हो गए? 5 हो गए. NH6 यहाँ से कोलकाता टू यहाँ पर सूरत के पास थोड़ा ये क्या नाम एग्जैक्टली नाम ध्यान नहीं आ रहा.
सूरत ही जाती है, सूरत.
सूरत टू हल्दिया है, सूरत टू कोलकाता. कोलकाता टू एक और नाम है, सूरत से थोड़ा और आ गया वहीं पर, एग्जैक्टली वहीं पर. हाँ, फ्रॉम कोलकाता टू सूरत समझ लो यहीं पर ही कुछ है. ठीक है. 7 वाराणसी टू, ये याद है आपको है? हजीरा. यस, कोलकाता टू हजीरा. NH7 सॉरी NH6.
सर पुणे टू हजीरा. हजीरा नहीं, कोलकाता है.
हजीरा टू
कोलकाता.
हजीरा कहाँ पर है? गुजरात में है ना? देखो जरा. NH6 आपका ये होगा. NH7 वाराणसी टू कन्याकुमारी. ठीक है. NH8 दिल्ली टू मुंबई. वो आगरा टू मुंबई था. रूट भी अलग है. ये वाला को राजस्थान होके जाता है. ठीक है, राजस्थान. वो वाला इधर से यूपी और MP के क्रॉस करते हुए जाता है.
तो कितनी है
बस स्टार्टिंग के ये हो गए. देन बॉर्डर हाईवेज जो बॉर्डर बनाती हैं. ठीक है. देन कोस्टल हाईवे, ये पता है आपको. ये यहाँ दिया, देखते हैं. NH1 NH22 इंडो चाइना. इसमें नहीं दिया हुआ. NH1 NH22 NH35 NH39 NH28 है. NH1 NH22 So these are basically managed by BRO. So this highway along Pakistan border is 15. कौन सा आपका? ये कौन सा? 15 है ना? ये वाला कौन सा है? कोस्टल हाईवे, ईस्टर्न कोस्टल, वेस्टर्न कोस्टल हाईवे. चेक करना है इसको. There are certain highways you need to remember. This border highway, eastern coastal highway, western coastal highway, eastern coastal highway, certain highways in the northeast region. That's it.
NH31 जा रहा है चिकन मैन हाईवे.
तो वो ध्यान में रखना आपको.
और NH38 को इस बार उन्होंने ब्लॉक किया था 39.
So these highways, these highways you remember.
39. एक सेकंड सर. ठीक है. असम नागालैंड.
ठीक है. Now the numbering has been changed. अब numbering change हो गई है. Now this is from the old numbering. Now the new numbering is more rational and more easy to remember. Even if you don't remember the exact number of highway, exact figure of highway, still you can guess it up, figure it out. हाँ, कौन सा एलिमिनेट करना है. ऑड इवन में हो गया. क्या है बताइए?
नॉर्थ साउथ एंड ईस्ट वेस्ट सर. एक ईस्ट और वेस्ट में सर ऑड हो गया और नॉर्थ और साउथ में.
सुनो क्या है, नॉर्थ और साउथ में इवन है. सही है.
अच्छा, जो लॉन्गिट्यूडनल हाईवे है दैट.
नाउ द नॉर्थ टू साउथ हाईवेज विल बी इवन हाईवेज इंक्रीजिंग फ्रॉम ईस्ट टू वेस्ट. ये भी बहुत अच्छा है. यानी NH2 कहाँ होगा? NH2 यहाँ कहीं होगा. नॉर्थ ईस्ट में,
बड़ा सा पड़ता है।
ठीक है।
North to south, highway.
North to south will be even highways increasing from east to west.
और NH2 होगा वहाँ से। और यहाँ
Then
तक
same
कौन सा?
old
सर
east,
वेस्ट तक कौन सा आ जाता है?
हाँ
वेस्ट एक्सट्रीम
ये
वेस्ट।
जो NH8 है ना पे 48 है अभी,
मतलब
जो दिल्ली मुंबई, दिस दिल्ली मुंबई हाईवे जो पहले NH8 था, and this is NH48.
पर जो बॉर्डर कोऑर्डिनेटर में वो तो क्रिस क्रॉस हो रहे हैं ना, उनको किस में डालेंगे?
अब वो आपका ईस्ट में लगा था, ईस्ट में आएगा, ये तो ऐसे ही आ रहा है ना, देखो ये ईस्ट का ही लग रहा है। And the highways from east to west, they will be odd number increasing from north to south, ठीक है। जिसका मतलब NH1 कहाँ होगा? जम्मू कश्मीर लेह वाला जो हाईवे है ना, ऊपर सबसे जो ऊपर वाला जो इधर ईस्ट टू वेस्ट, NH1।
So this question was asked in PT15.
Was it asked?
Yes, sir.
क्या नहीं हाईवे?
No, one midpoint was asked regarding that it was passing and some random highway number was given and whether it passes through these cities or not.
No, something like this.
One of the question direct question was there that was regarding, but from old numbering that was.
No, sir, that was new numbering because in 115 it was introduced. I read somewhere in the article in 115 there is a proportion proposed in or even number, and with the help of that rationality we can answer the exam.
So this is the way how you can remember or see which highway.
This was given in the Munal IS website.
Now come to road safety. We have read already road safety, certain figure about road safety. Every one death out of road accident in every 4 minutes. Road accident cost around 3% to GDP. In 1 year, around 1.5 lakh people they die. 1,47,000 exact they say. So these are certain figures to be remembered about road safety. Certain committees, Sundar Committee, Radhakrishnan Committee, and one is Nishi Mittal.
Recently Saxena committee. Recently Saxena committee.
Saxena Committee. When it was framed?
1 or 2 months ago.
Okay. So these are few committees about road safety. Radhakrishnan, Sundar Committee, Nishi Mittal. We have done it before as well in the road safety discussion. What was Radhakrishnan Committee like recommendation when they were implemented? One of the point was regarding advertisements on the say roadsides advertisements. One of the point regarding ban on the say liquor shops on the highways. Right now, recently Supreme Court has done it. So within 500 meters, no sale of liquor would be allowed on the highways. Then there is National Road Safety Policy. Other points regarding road safety, then there are certain road safety data, investigation, scientific investigation of road accidents that has to be there. Then in the motor vehicles amendment, one of the provision was brought regarding
refreshment course.
One of the was licensing, standardization, licensing and all, and one point was regarding Great Samaritan. Good Samaritan, yes, Good Samaritan. So Karnataka government had already first state government to bring an act on this. Now in MMDR Amendment Act that has been brought, Good Samaritan. It says the first hour is the golden hour that has to be seen, because if the aid doesn't reach within the first hour, very high chances of death. But if proper medical facility is given, then it could be seen. And Supreme Court suggests they should be seen as the public health problem, public health issue. Should be given the category of public health. So these are various. Then NGO working in road safety, Save Life Foundation. Motor vehicles. No, sorry, MMDR is different. Motor Vehicles Amendment Bill. MMDR तक mines minerals का हो जाता है. Motor Vehicles Amendment. Bharatmala project. So all these are the points under Bharatmala project. Improving road connectivity to coastal border areas, backward areas, religious places, tourist places. So everything comes under Bharatmala. Widening of the roads, railway overbridge, railway underbridge to the district headquarters, connectivity improvement for the Char Dham, Kedarnath, Badrinath, Yamunotri, Gangotri, and Uttarakhand under Bharatmala. Setu Bharatam is it's also one of the component of Bharatmala because it is road overbridge or underbridge by way of roadways. So it is all national highways free of railway crossings. This is the objective. So it is one of the component of Bharatmala. This is being done to prevent frequent accidents and loss of lives at level crossings. Regarding shipping, so what are the various areas regarding shipping? It is important if the question comes regarding shipping, you should not feel blank. First, you divide the question in different parts. So what are the different parts of shipping? Shipbuilding, ship repair, ports and inland water transportation. So these are various components of shipping. Then you can write many points because once you have different dimensions within the shipping industry, then you can write a lot of points. Shipbuilding, ship repair, major ports and inland water transport. So all those will come under shipping. And India is a major destination of shipbreaking destination.
Ship breaking.
Yeah, shipbreaking a major destination in India. Once ship they have lived their life, then what to do with them? What is the Baltic Dry Index? Baltic Dry Index. It tells about robustness of trade.
Robustness of maritime trade.
Yes.
How does it scale, sir?
Baltic Sea.
Dry क्यों कहते हैं उसको?
Significance, energy security. Yes, because our oil and everything they are being brought. They helped in transportation of our energy requirements. Oil.
90% of.
Yes. In crisis situation, they can act as second line of defense. Trade, major part of trade, around 95% of countries trade by volume and 68% in terms of value is by sea. Now come to coastal shipping. So how much coastal area do we have? Around 7600 kilometers. 7516. कितना आपका coastal area है? 7516 राइट इतना ही है ना 7516 yes. In the maritime development, again see the components: ports, shipping, shipbuilding, and ship repair, and inland water transportation. So these are various components within maritime development or shipping. 12 major ports and about 200 non-major ports. What are these 12 major ports? बताइए. What do you say? I am saying major ports. 12 major ports. What are these 12 major ports? मतलब कुछ भी start मत करिए. See, even if this question is asked in an interview and you say this randomly, it gives a very bad impression.
Kolkata, then Paradip, then विशाखापट्टनम, चेन्नई. नहीं, बीच में एक छोड़ दिया.
बताइए.
3 तो तमिलनाडु में. हाँ ठीक है. चेन्नई, एन्नोर, and
very good.
This
First Ennore, then Chennai, I think. Ennore ऊपर है ना उसके. Ennore, Chennai, then Tuticorin.
Then here Kochi. Kochi तो
यहीं से start कर दो कोई नहीं.
Kochi. Then Mangalore.
Mangalore. Yes.
Mumbai Jawaharlal Nehru.
JNPT Mumbai. Yes.
Then Kandla.
Very good. हो गए सारे.
एक रह गया.
हो गए.
He was telling the new name of the two ports are being developed.
One is Mumbai, one is JNPT.
He was telling the new name. Two more have been developed. Are being developed. One is in Kerala, other one is in Tamil Nadu.
Two more are in the process of being on the process of development. Yes. Yes. Huh?
14 are there, sir.
14 are there. No, 12 are there. But 2 are in the construction. 2 are to be promoted as a major course. Okay. Let's see them. We have it in the map. Kandla, Mumbai, JNPT, Marmagaon, New Mangalore, Kochi, Tuticorin, Chennai, Ennore, Visakhapatnam, Paradip and Haldia. So these are 12 major ports of our country. This tells how much cargo is being handled by them. Some organization as Shipping Corporation, Cochin Shipyard, inland water transportation, we have Jal Marg Vikas project. So capacity augmentation of National Waterway number 1 from Haldia to Allahabad. How much it is? 1620 kilometers. Has commenced now. There are various inland water highways, national waterways. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. बताइए national waterway number 1. Priya? Yes. Allahabad to Haldia. Which river system? Ganga, Bhagirathi, Hooghly. Then national waterway number 2. Sadia to Dhubri. Brahmaputra. Third. Kottapuram, Kollam. This is West Coast Canal and Champakara Canal and Udyogmandam Canal. 4. It's East Coastern Kakinada Pondicherry along Godavari Krishna. 5. Talcher and Paradip in Odisha. 6 is the proposed one. So presently we have how many waterways? National waterways? 5 waterways. Sadia to Dhubri. Sagarmala project, nothing much is given, much of the information to be read here. But it's a port-led development. I will share one of the document with you, government document regarding Sagarmala project.
Sir, for road, what was the name of the project? This is for the port development, Sagarmala.
For the roads, Bharatmala.
This is Sagarmala.
This is Sagarmala.
Bharatmala and coordinator is something like.
भारतमाला में बहुत सारे कंपोनेंट्स हैं आपके. सब कुछ आ जाता है उसमें. सिविल एविएशन छोड़ो इसको यहाँ से.
सर उड़ान.
गगन देखिए आप क्या. What is गगन? Geo augmented, GPS aided.
ISRO plus
GPS aided.
Geo augmented navigation.
What is the purpose?
The purpose is for civil aviation.
Civil aviation. Exactly, because directly GPS system cannot be used for the civil aviation. It needs better precision accuracy. So to enhance the precision accuracy of GPS, so what do we need? We need certain system to augment the signals of GPS. समझ रहे हैं कि GPS signals as such are not so accurate and precise to help that could be used in a civil aviation purpose. So we need certain augmentation mechanism. So that augmentation mechanism for India is Gagan, GPS aided geo augmented navigation system, jointly by AI and ISRO. It will cover vast geographical area from Africa to Australia and hence would facilitate expansion of the service area of Gagan. Greenfield Airport, Devanhalli, Bangalore. That's it. That's all from transport chapter.
What exactly means augmentation?
Augment means to enhance. GPS aided means signal would be used as GPS signal only, right? Geo augmented, so those GPS signals would be augmented, would be enhanced, their precision accuracy would be enhanced. समझ रहे हैं? What kind of GPS signals we get, the precision accuracy are not so high that could be used in civil aviation purpose, because for civil aviation you need exact very good accuracy and precision. तो उस काम के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, GPS सिग्नल्स को एनहांस करते हैं एक मैकेनिज्म के द्वारा. वो मैकेनिज्म क्या आपका गगन है. So that's all for today's class.
Okay, so that's all for today's class. If you like this video, you hit like and subscribe to our channel as well.